Hey there, and welcome back. It's just a couple weeks until the Austin Healey Conclave in Branson, Missouri, so I need to get all the cars ready to head down there. I have Ken Sebring pretty much ready to go. I'll do the final cleanup on it once we get it in place at the show. And then we have Barn Sprite number 5. Paul, who is the new owner, will be bringing Barn Sprite number 5 down to the show. Number 5 is almost done. We need to put the passenger seat in. There's just a few other little things, and then this car is completely ready for the conclave. It's kind of fun to see Barn Sprite number 5 together with Barn Sprite number 1, the first of the Barn Sprites that I worked out. I am thinking of taking Barn Sprite number 1 to the conclave, so if I am going to do that, I need to get that ready today. Things keep getting put on my plate for the conclave though, so I might end up taking my 1969 Sprite instead of Barn Sprite number 1. That way I can have a lot of fun at the autocross with this car, because it turns out now that we will be able to take the cars that are specially on display in the hotel over to the car show. So I will be driving the Sebring over for the popular vote show. And that means Barn Sprite number 1 would just be sitting back in the parking lot if I took it anyways. However, the 1969 Sprite with a 1275 would be a lot of fun at the autocross, and I don't really need to have it at the popular show at all. I guess you'll just have to wait until conclave comes around to see what I've done, but let's get Barn Sprite number 1 ready to go to the conclave. The first and really only thing that I have to do to get this car ready for the conclave is replace these tires. These are probably 40 years old, and if I'm going to be spending 4 days driving this car all over Missouri, I need better tires than this. These are a set of old Michelins in 145/13ZX, and as you can see, these tires hold air, so I'd like to keep these around, use them for a car that maybe if I'm going to be painting it, I don't have to worry about getting another set of wheels dirty. So I found another set of wheels that I had sitting around, and I'll just put new tires on those. That way I can keep these. So you can see all 4 of my wheels here. I have them all powder coated, nice looking and ready to go. And because I'm building this car to be a driver, I'm putting on the Kumos in 155/80R13. Let's get these mounted up. Okay, these tires might be a little hard to get started because the tire is so thin. Originally, these wheels would have had tubes in them. I'm going to try to grab onto the wheel in a different way and see if that will help me blow the air in there. Sometimes you run into things like this because they like to ship the tires as cheaply as possible. They stack them up, they squash them, and then they come. They're not wide enough to actually seat the beads or even get the beads started. There we go. Just took a little bounce on this one. All the tires are mounted. Let's get them balanced now. So it looks like we need 1.5 ounces on the inside and none on the outside. The laser shows us exactly where it needs to go. So I just need to pound it on right there. Let's double check it. Looks good. Well, this is unfortunate. I have 3 of them done, but look at this last one. There's no way I'm putting that on the car. So it looks like I need to find a new wheel. Now I need to get the new wheels on the car. Hold 1 second. There we go. That looks better. Now let's get it up in the air and do some maintenance. Now I want to get the oil drained, so I'll take the drain plug out. This will be the first real flush of the oil since I got this car running. I put new oil in it obviously once already, but this will be the first time that new oil has drained out. We're getting all of those contaminants from it sitting for a long time out finally. While I'm waiting for the rest of this to drain, I'm going to take the oil filter off, which is just a canister style. It's an upside down canister, so I'm going to let this drain before I pull it out. Otherwise, it's just going to make a big mess everywhere. Barely fits through that hole there. This is using the original felt type oil filter. I'm going to see if I have one on the shelf. Luckily, I was able to find one. This is the last one I have. This is what the filter looks like new. It's a piece of felt with some mesh wire in the middle to keep it shaped. I'm going to put the plug back in here first so that I don't have this dripping on me when I'm working on the rest of it. I got the canister all cleaned up in the solvent tank. Now I can put the new filter in. The O-ring up there has not been leaking and it was recently replaced, so I'm not going to replace it this time. Let's go up top and put some oil in. I'm going to be using Castrol 2050, so I'll put in 4 quarts first, and we'll see where we're at. That was 4 quarts. Let's check the oil. We're right above the full mark, so I'm going to start it up, let the oil filter fill up. I'll check it again. Wait for that oil pressure to come up. Looks like it's settled now. Let's go check the oil level again. Let's check the oil again. The oil's so clear it's hard to see. I need to add just a little bit more and we'll be perfect. The next thing I want to check is the oil level in the transmission. And if I take the speedometer cable out, move it out of the way, we can see the plug for that right here. There is a rubber plug in the transmission tunnel that could be removed right there. But for me with the lift, it's easy enough to get to it from underneath the car. I also want to check the oil in the rear end, and that's accessed through this plug right here. The rear end uses a differential oil, and in the transmission, use the same oil as you did in your engine. I have both of the plugs out. Let's check the rear end. Stick my finger in. So the rear end's fine, I can put the plug back in. Up here on the transmission, I'm actually surprised there's plenty of oil. Kind of surprising with how much oil there is on the transmission, but plenty in there. I can put that plug back in as well. Barn Sprite number 1 is looking good and ready for the conclave. If you are going to be at the conclave in Branson, Missouri, come by and say hi. I'm going to go take it for a test drive now. And if you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.